6 a.m. crew, good morning. We might have a lot in store today, man. Oh, man. When you talk about all the updates and what we got going on today, boy. Y'all see the thumbnail. Y'all see the title. Jimmy Kimmel's show gets suspended after Charlie Kirk comments. We're going to start there. After that, let's see where we're going next. We're going to jump into Dame Dash and Camron's updates. They're back and forth. It's going to go probably for the rest of the year. As talkative and as competitive and as petty as both of those guys seem to be at times, that's not going nowhere. But there's much more that happened ever since we ended yesterday's live stream. So we'll cover some of those updates. Coffee Brown. I have her on today's stream, and I already covered Coffee and Official, either once or twice, right? This one I'm going to only talk to Coffee Brown. I have a very important message for Coffee Brown. We'll get there when we get there. So for my battle rap folks, stick around. Then we're going to go into some of the updates for David, the singer David, you know, the artist, where they found a decomposed body or body parts within a car that was tied to him. A lot has happened within the last 24 hours in regards to his investigation. Wow. We'll go to that. What else do we got? We got Cardi B. We got some Snoop Dogg news. I got Oschino today. I haven't covered Oschino in a while. Y'all saw I brought him up on a couple lives before as well. But Oschino is out here attempting to expose, as a rat, another Philly rapper. So we're going to bring that up. Take a look at that. And I even got something to correlate to that to kind of bring up a debate with the chat. We'll get there when we get there. We got Jay-Z. We got Casanova. I got a top 50 list here. I'm going to compare it to some of my own top 10 list. So y'all see what I say when we got a lot, right? Look at Archetype. Archetype says 2 hour stream incoming. Maybe. It's hilarious because I'm a guy that continues to say at least once a week. I'm like, yo, I got to get these streams to like 1 hour. You know, I got shit to do. Y'all got shit to do. Let's get our news. Let's get our little coffee routine going. And let's keep it the fuck moving. And then we be here 2 hours every fucking time, B. Probably because I'm doing what I'm doing right now, running my fucking mouth. But that's what a podcaster does. If I was scripted, if I was just a quick video drop or audio clip for y'all, then I would be that type of content and that type of channel. I'm an interactive, free-flowing, free-thinking, natural speaker. So me being in a podcasting content lane, yeah, sometimes we're going to go 2 hours, and I'm mad at myself for it, but it's also what makes us a pretty decent channel. So I appreciate y'all. All right, we're about to start in about 5 seconds. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the members. Shout out to the mods. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to the whole 6 a.m. crew. Good morning. Happy Thursday. Let's kick things off. So we're seeing the reports that Jimmy Kimmel Live show was suspended. That is huge news. Do we need to pull up this man's accolades and this man's stats, how long running his show is? But he did a take, you know, in typical Jimmy Kimmel form, where he's splicing in jokes and sarcasm and being as clever and as entertaining and he's always been in relation to Donald Trump and to Charlie Kirk. Did I miss the mark when I tried to tell y'all, even though we didn't really do too much politics in the past? I said, this Charlie Kirk thing is serious. It's big. Jimmy Kimmel, just like that, yanked, suspended indefinitely. All right, let's see what he said first and foremost.
Pulling Jimmy Kimmel's show off the air after comments he made about Charlie Kirk's, or the reaction, in what he said was the reaction in MAGA world to, in the wake of Charlie Kirk's killing. Just want to play a fuller version of what he said in his monologue on Monday night.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it. In between the finger pointing, there was grieving. On Friday, the White House flew the flags at half staff, which got some criticism. But on a human level, you can see how hard the president is taking this.
My condolences on the loss of your friend Charlie Kirk. May I ask, sir, personally, how are you holding up over the last day and a half, sir?
I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks? They've just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House, which is something they've been trying to get, as you know, for about 150 years. And it's going to be a beauty.
Yes. He's at the fourth stage of grief, construction. Demolition, construction. This is not how an adult grieves the murder of someone he called a friend.
Again, here's how FCC Chair Brendan Carr responded today.
You know, when you look at the conduct that has taken place by Jimmy Kimmel, it appears to be some of the sickest conduct possible. Obviously, look, there's calls for Kimmel to be fired. I think, you know, you could certainly see a path forward for suspension over this. And again, you know, the FCC is going to have remedies that we could look at.
Back with us now, Kara Swisher, Stephen Battaglio, Jeff Toobin, also joining us, CNN senior political and global affairs commentator Rahm Emanuel. Kara, I just want to start with you. Where do you think this goes? I mean, you know, who is next, and what can be done about it?
Well, NBC, obviously, he named NBC. I mean, he sort of puts the map out for what he's going to do, and he had done this with Kimmel. You know, I think one of the issues is what exactly did Jimmy Kimmel do wrong? I think a lot of journalists should focus in on Bob Iger at ABC, someone who is running Disney. This will be a real tarnish on his reputation. Someone I admire very much, but in this case, it's really astonishing that executives like him are bending a knee, and that's precisely what he's doing, or being silent about this. He needs to explain himself, or at least in a much more full way.
Lost for words, people. Anybody else in the fucking chat? Lost for words? Yo, did you see the tone of their reaction as if he shot somebody? No pun intended. Jimmy Kimmel. Of all the shit I see happen, or the things I see people say, or the type of takes on the internet, whether you're just talking about a rapper who nobody gives a fuck about up there, right? Or even if you're talking about a political figure, a Donald Trump, God forbid. Yo, you know how many people saw that Donald Trump, Charlie Kirk reaction and either laughed or was confused or thought like, is this AI? Is this edited? Like, I was shocked. Now, let's call a spade a spade. Sorry, it's true. I said this the other day. I've said it my entire life that I've known Trump, right, in the public. He's never been the sharpest knife in the fucking box. But here in America, that type of person can still become the president. I think that intelligence-wise, intellect-wise, speaking-wise, being a forefront, being a spearhead, being a message carrier, a message deliverer, being even politically aware, being into politics, representing left or representing right, all the things that come with being a fucking president. I can probably point you in the direction of at least 5,000 people that I think would do a way better job than Donald Trump. And this isn't a thing against his political views. This isn't the black man's typical angles towards or feelings towards Donald Trump. This isn't an anti-Republican thing that I'm saying right now. I'm just talking about him as an intellect or him as a person. Okay, the guy that is, it's all good. Like grab about a make some AI songs off of that. Yeah, if we're gonna make the whoop-de-doos, we might as well keep the Donald Trump grab him by the going as well. No. So they ask you about one of the biggest political news lines in the country for 2025. Somebody that you have personal ties with, somebody that you call a friend. How are you dealing with the loss of him? And you go on to talk about within like what, 5, 4, 3, 2 seconds about construction that's taking place. Hello, anybody home, Marty McFly? If your people that are scripting you, helping you talk, telling you, make sure when the camera's cut on, you say this, don't forget to address this, or make sure you say that point, which all these political people have behind them, right? If somehow those people just forgot to tell you, yeah, this Charlie Kirk thing that we're lowering flags for, and everybody's going to look for answers, and people are rallying up and revving up, and the radicals are outside, and there's going to be possible crime and violence behind the situation. When they ask us about Charlie Kirk, remember, we got to put on our sad face. We got to say how good of a man he was. And I'm not even being sarcastic right there. I'm talking about the type of people that are behind these political figures that help them speak to us. This is why I don't trust them niggas, because I know that type of shit happens. But anyway, whoever was there for you trying to tell you this fucking shit, how did you miss that type of mark as the president of the United States? To start talking about anything other than Charlie Kirk, let alone in 4 seconds, construction work that you're happy about. Huh? Hello, wake up. We on high alert right now because of what just happened in Utah. There's people that are willing to die for this man, Donald Trump. And this is why when I see news like this, I'm very careful outside. This is what I mean about whether you're into the government shit or the presidents or politics or not. Pay attention to what's going on outside, because this shit will find its way to us one way or another. Because I'm walking amongst other idiots that have reactions just as slow as him. And the motherfuckers is gun owners. The motherfuckers is radicals. The motherfuckers is nutty. And I'm watching all. But anyway, the freedom of speech element there is sad. It's very, very sad, because there's a million people right now that have a similar take that I'm having right now, as well as a response to what that motherfucker did. Now, I get it. Jimmy Kimmel has a huge platform. You're going to go after big platforms before you go after small platforms. If me and Academics comes online today and we have the exact same take about, who am I going to talk about? Let's say Coffee Brown. I know he doesn't do battle rap, but we both had the same exact take about Coffee Brown. If Coffee Brown wants to sue somebody, you know who she's going to sue, right? She's going to sue Academics. She's not going to sue me. 2-3 years from now, when our platform is that size, yeah, we get in trouble for our comments too, right? So I understand why you pick out Jimmy Kimmel opposed to the millions of other people that have the same feeling when they watch that video. But just in general, freedom of speech, like shouldn't any supporters of Charlie Kirk be the first in line to protect freedom of speech, given that that was one of his biggest trademarks? Pulling up on your campus, pulling up to your face, and having a live, natural, man-to-man or man-to-woman debate with no violence. When people pulled up and they expressed violence, that old man that pulled up on him one time and says, "Hey, I challenge you to a fight." And Charlie Kirk embarrassed him. He said, "Listen, old man, I'm not going to fight you. All you're showing me is that you don't have the capacity to have a conversation. You people out here that struggle with my opinions or my debate, you guys only know how to solve your problems with violence." And he kills people with that. Charlie Kirk kicked people's ass with that. I'd rather be that person too. I'm too old for. I done put in my work. I'm done. I told y'all live on this stream a million fucking times. I want to go to my grave without having a finger laid on me or another finger that I ever have to lay on another person at this point in life. Been there, done that a million fucking times already. You mature. I should be able to speak and be intelligent and stay away from and avoid as much of life's bullshit as possible at this point in my life. I should be it. Hopefully, right? But point being, he's right. I'm here with an opinion. He don't support abortion. If he says that, he shouldn't have to get targeted through somebody's sniper rifle for that. That part I agree with, because I wouldn't want that to happen to me. I wouldn't want to have such a strong difference of opinion from people that people want to take my fucking life for it. Okay? But point being, if that's his mantra, if that's one of his biggest trademarks of going and debating these type of controversial topics, now when somebody else disagrees with him, why the fuck would you pull the plug on this show? Is that not a contradiction and a half right in front of y'all fucking face? The people that y'all vote for and shoot for or rally up for or go crazy for. I couldn't believe it. I thought I had something totally different. We were starting today's stream where I was cycling. I saw this shit. I said, Jimmy Kimmel's show is not no little small piece of the internet world or TV or corner. Like, I said, that's a big fucking deal to suspend this man over those comments. Man had a whole show on the way. Yeah, people on the way to do other segments with him. Peep this.
Hey, everybody. So I'm in a full face of makeup because I was supposed to go over and have a chat with my friend Jimmy Kimmel on his show. But as you have heard by now, the Jimmy Kimmel show has been pulled indefinitely, abruptly, because of complaints from the Trump administration. So let's see. He didn't end the Ukraine war or solve Gaza within his first week, but he did end freedom of speech within his first year. Hey, for those of you who pray, now's the time to do it. Love you, Jimmy.
Shout out to Jimmy. This is crazy. Donald Trump congratulates ABC for finally having the courage to cancel Jimmy Kimmel's show following Charlie Kirk's shooting remarks, because he's never aligned with your ideologies, and he's very good at pointing out, especially in a very entertaining and sarcastic way, stupid shit, for lack of better words. He's very good at it. He's very, very intelligent, whether it's him naturally or whether his writers behind him or a combination of both. Either way. Wow. I can't believe that. And this is, should I say allegedly? It's being posted on truthsocial.com from the real Donald Trump's Twitter account. This looks like great news for America. America. You guys hate that platform, huh? Wow. The ratings challenge Jimmy Kimmel's show is canceled. Congratulations to ABC for finally having the courage to do what had to be done. Kimmel has zero talent and worse ratings than ever. Colbert, if that's possible, that leaves Jimmy and Seth two total losers on fake news NBC. Their ratings are also horrible. Do it, NBC. President DJT. Wow. Okay. And this is why, listen, don't ever get at people for like, how about Dave Dash? You're on the internet talking about your Twitter platforms, whatever. Your president that you were just talking about using, to your point the other day with bankruptcy, that motherfucker would get on Twitter and just talk down on somebody's platform too, right? The president. ABC gets rid of Jimmy Kimmel's Live and definitely following his comments about the murder of Charlie Kirk. Wow. So, you higher ups, you big wigs above Jimmy Kimmel, do you not deserve some flack? Do we not deserve answers from you? Should you not deserve for the other side of the country? When I say side, because it's really a split fucking country. Like, you see this shit, it's scary. Or at least fans of Jimmy Kimmel's platform. Do you not owe an explanation as to why you felt so much pressure from what that skit was that Jimmy Kimmel did to suspend him indefinitely? Can you explain that to us? Can you explain that to us before we ever support you again? Can you give us an explanation? Right? Because I see where the cords are being pulled right now. And for lack of better words, it almost feels like I'm forced to ride with one of y'all gangs and not the other. Boy, if I tell you it's not a good time to stay neutral, even though I have my own feelings towards some of that stuff, but boy, oh boy, oh boy. I'm going to leave it alone. Let's move on to Camron and Dame Dash. All right, so Dame gives a story about Cam crying in the back of a car as if he was scared to get arrested or something like that, right? Of course, we're going to also bring up Cam's response, but let's see what Dame is saying. Recent interview. I think this interview right here dropped maybe the same day as the Breakfast Club interview. So I told y'all, he's on a campaign right now, and shout out to him for that. Go talk your talk, do your thing, fight your internet battles. You're in an internet world right now. Adapt and get your word out there. But do we agree? I don't know.
I never sold a drug with Cam. You know why? Because when he was young, I was on my way to the hill, me, him, and Big L. And I made a left on Amsterdam into a checkpoint, and I didn't have a license. But at that time, they didn't really always lock you up, but they sometimes did. So I was like, yo, I think I can get out of this, but I'm just letting y'all know I got 3 bricks in the car, but I'll wear it. Cam started crying, man. And he told us right then and there that he would put himself in PC. Fuck that, I'm putting myself in PC. Me and Big L like, what? So we went to the side and was like, you know, afterwards we were laughing, but we were like, I was like, I will never hustle with him. He's a ball player and he does music. So I never really, he's a civilian, but you can't be saying you the best that ever did it in Harlem and you never sold drugs. And if you had to go to Ohio after you was a rapper, I never sold a drug with Cam. You know why? Because when he was young, you know.
All right, before we go to some of this response, Dave, man, thank you for all the entertainment over all these years, especially now that we are podcasting. I appreciate you, homie. Fuck it. I love the takes. So I don't have no issues with Cam there because you didn't say that he started telling. You didn't say that he started. I don't even remember, people, the word crying is not always taken literal. Like if he sat there and tears started to come down, then I would be like, okay. The only weird thing about that would be when you become a man, almost every man in this chat is going to identify what I'm about to say. You don't cry over it's really only like certain emotional moments that can make you cry. You don't cry over pain once you get past a certain age. Pain, like I've broken all types of bones and whatnot as an adult. It doesn't make you cry. Like you don't cry anymore. I only cry over emotional stuff. I'm at a funeral or something tweaks a nerve or, something happening that, emotionally. But the spur of the moment stuff, like being scared, would never make a man cry. Like if I'm in the back of a car and I feel like, oh, the cops are behind us and damn, we might get in trouble. That doesn't make a man cry. So I think that what Dame is meaning is that he's saying that Cam was bitching. If this is a true story, there's no way tears started to roll down his fucking eye when he was like, yo, what the hell I got? Because you be scared, if anything, at that moment, or be nervous. You see all these motherfuckers on the run from the cops or start hitting it like, yo, we out doing the race and all that type of shit. You don't start crying. That's not a natural reaction for a man. You just be scared or nervous or paranoid. If you cry over the situation, you cry when all your thoughts come in, your nerves settle, maybe when you're sitting in a cell. But I'm not saying that this story is even true. Now, if you say I'm going to PC, protective custody, I just say that he was bitching, or just say that he's not cut for prison. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. And then when you start to have this whole spiel of how could you be one of the top people from Harlem and you never sold a drug, Dave, man, keep it formal, man. Like, don't get ignorant, okay? You're in your 50s, man. Don't put out this messaging to all these people that are watching you, our youth, your kids, up and comers, this newer generation, which is already fucked, okay, as far as the shit that's in front of them. But don't put out some messaging like, to be amongst the greats, you have to sell drugs. And I know that you're capable of that, because when you were on the Breakfast Club, and you were explaining your OG sitting behind you, you said, this is my OG right here. And you want to know why? Not because he killed somebody or did anything like that, just because he taught me how to be a better man. So you do understand the logic of what it takes to be an OG, be a man of respect, be a man of credibility, be a man that you would look up to, right? So then don't switch it when it's time for Cam and fucking say you never sold a drug. You see, that's the hypocrisy, man. That's the hypocrisy, man. You're drowning out here, Dame. You talk good, you're entertaining, you make some cool points and everything. But when you really start cutting down the layers and we get to some logic and some reality, it's like, oh no, there's a lot of bullshit there. And you're turning people off as well. Like I'm a platform that generally, as we covered Dame, I would always try to go after the situation and focus on that. And then when I get to Dame, how many times have you guys heard me say, like, nah, fuck with Dame. I like Dame. I always respected the fact that he's a guy that stands on his square. He doesn't look for handouts. So he tells us, sturdy on his opinions, whether he's right or he's wrong. Sturdy guy. I like that. But once we start getting the lying and the capping, like if you saw yesterday's stream, or at least the clip that we put out, family office exposed. That's just a clip of it. But it's also in the full live stream for yesterday morning. You're capping a lot. You're lying to me. You're trying to take me as an idiot. You know what I'm saying? You're being a hypocrite, like in situations like this. And that's where people's going to start losing respect for you. They already don't fuck with you at an industry level because it's like a toxic thing to mess with people that certain people don't. You know, like everybody wants to be on the right side of Jay-Z and not on the side of, and it's not even only Jay-Z. You know, there's a lot of people that don't get along with Jay-Z that are very, very successful, right? He's not the end all be all in the industry, but Dame has shot himself in the foot with many people, it appears. So now you also want to turn off the fans and have everybody not even backing you for any of your wins. You're always saying that you got a new movie or something in production or a new book or something on the way. People are getting turned off by you. They won't support it. You're doing it to yourself. You're doing it to yourself. But and you're playing with people that got big platforms that they use consistently. Like Cam will love to use content, run content on you for the next month. 50 will love to get on his Instagram and troll you. It's a losing battle unless you got truth, facts, or you can actually trump them in certain aspects. And it looks like when you did try to trump them, you possibly lied. Yeah. So Cam, you're my boss now, but it's all good. I'll let you hustle on my block. And then the fucking CEO from Revolt comes out and puts out a statement saying, there's been conversations. It looks like about the show, picking up maybe some of your content, like what Cam said, to fill some slots for a show. And you out here telling people that you're about to be the chairman and the CEO of and acquire because you're on a path to purchasing Revolt. And we're looking at you like, how do you even legally get to the opportunity of purchasing Revolt when you just filed that you have $2,500 to your name? Now, we know that's not true, but go check out yesterday's stream or yesterday's clip that's in the Sorry It's True podcast playlist about Family Office Exposed. Okay, that take is only here on the Sorry It's True podcast, people. It's nowhere else on the internet, I guarantee you. Oh my goodness. All right, let's see what some of this response is from Cam.
Never told me about you and Big L and Dame being in the car.
Well, yeah, I seen that. I didn't know me, Big L, and Dame was in the car together. I didn't even know me, Big L, and Dame have ever been in the car together.
Oh man!
You know what's great? I was going to save that for my show because I didn't want to get into this. I really didn't want to.
Yeah, I was going to mind my business, but I saw Mo with the popcorn. I said, so he's taking my part.
I've never. Forget Mo got the.
I'm not going to talk with Flea.
Now I'm gonna say for Toby, but I didn't know that nigga was such a liar. Like, you know how your man is your man, so you probably don't be annoyed. Like you got some man, you be like, nah, you just hate us. I didn't know this nigga lied like that, man. Yeah. First of all, let me tell you something.
You never told me about you and Big L and Dame being in.
Yo, listen, bro. Big L is not your man. This whole shit don't even make no sense. First of all, I'll say this real quick because we got to move on. Me, you, and Big L going to get drugs or riding around Harlem don't even sound right. Big L didn't fuck with you. I tried to plug you into Big L when you wanted to sign him when he started his own label, Flamboyant. And y'all was trying to sign him. But Big L brother, Big Lee and Reg, they didn't like you. If you had 3 bricks in the car, or you was on the way to get 3 bricks in the car, or on the way to get bricks, whatever fucking lie you told, story you told, you wouldn't have made it home. Big L lines niggas. Mace, right?
Yeah. Yeah. He lied me.
Yo, Big L.
Point, Big L. Yeah, you quick on your feet.
Yo, listen, bro. Big L is not your man. This whole shit. Big L lines niggas like barbers, my nigga. You wouldn't have made it home, my nigga. Stop. Yo, it's really, you going out bad, bro. Stop lying, my nigga. Me, you, and Big L have never been nowhere to get no work or had no work or stopped in a checkpoint or nothing, my nigga. You going out bad. But I'll just sit on talk with Flea Murder. Big L lines niggas.
That's a revelation. Rest in peace, Big L, of course. Come on, y'all. What's probably one of the most standout songs for Big L, man? That whole DITC digging in the crates for the 3 Lettermans of the world. Come on, y'all. The whole chat. Y'all know it, right? Y'all know Ebonics, right? Right? We know Ebonics, right? But not just Ebonics, you know. Big L's like, what is it? What was his dope joint to go get? Is it the bigger picture? The black cover? Right? Matter of fact, I think that same cover is like a mural in Harlem as well. Shout out to Big L, man. Rest in peace. Premier. Yes, there you go, archetype. Premier artist that we never got the opportunity to fully watch expand, man. His situation was tragic. But say that he lines people up, man. Cam just added a whole nother layer to how we perceive Big L right now, didn't he? But anyway, just not even having a response that is like, yo, Dame, that time when we was in the car, we was getting pulled over at a checkpoint or whatever. Like, what are you talking about? He's taking the whole thing off the table. Like, Cam is like, we never were even in a car together. Big L he never liked you. The three of us were never around each other at the same time. He's taking the whole thing off the table. Like, I didn't have people lie to me with some pieces of truth around it. You know what I'm saying? But to just like for example, for somebody to just flat out say, right now it's 6:31 a.m. Eastern time. Okay. For somebody to pop up with a video interviewing right now that says me and ARP was stealing cars at 6:30 a.m. It's just like, what do you talk? Like, you just totally make shit up. Totally on some A-verb shit. Like, just damn, this guy totally create something. Like, really, ARP is Illuminati with microphones and eyes in the cracks of his fucking brick wall behind him and shit. Like, you just totally create something. Like, really, the tattoos on his shoulders are hands. Like, y'all niggas is sick. And that's why I say, like, Dame, don't become that guy that people just like, it's a crying wolf, lying, capping, creating stories. You're buying this. The family office is really not that. And it, don't make it worse for yourself, homie. Don't make it worse for yourself. All right. We also got Camron responding to some of the backlash that he's been getting for kicking out Adrian Broner. Let me bring this up and then we'll check that out. Should it even be getting backlash? We'll talk about it.
Good, everybody. I just wanted to talk about the AB shit real quick. You know, I didn't even address it yesterday, anything like that, but I just wanted to put some context to what happened. Because I see a few people like, yo, Kim, how you love the nigga? How you say you love the nigga, then kick the nigga out? Look, I didn't just meet AB that day.
I did say that yesterday, didn't I? I said, if there's any problem that I have with Cam, it's how nice and cordial he was as he was walking Adrian Broner out. Little side hug, love you, my nigga, all that treated with respect. But when Adrian is out, we played the clip of him treating Adrian like a devil, like a demon, like drunk, druggy mother. Like, damn.
I've known AB for some years, and I consider him a friend, to be totally honest with you. Not the friend that you be like, yo, let's get some bitches, yo, let's get this money. Nah. One of them friends where you be like, yo, how you doing? When we bump into each other, mutual respect, and we got some mutual friends in Ohio. So that's first and foremost.
But hold on to your first, Cam. I stick up for you, but I don't got no picks on this channel with you, celebrity. If you're outside of battle rap, I got zero picks with you, no bias for you, no help for you, no nothing. Like, Cam, as much as I defend you, you just made that big mistake, nigga, because you didn't keep that. I could have went in yesterday, but I was on a different angle towards all this shit. You didn't keep that same energy. And you don't always have to keep that same energy in front of somebody's face. That doesn't always make you fake. It depends on the circumstance. Sometimes you could treat somebody professionally. Meanwhile, you don't give a fuck about it. I mean, how many battle rappers I fucked with? I could be cutting them a check and be like, yo, you're a piece of shit. You just stay professional, right? But now you're explaining, you're degrading or lessening how deep y'all relationship or y'all friendship is. That's a fake, that's a fake move, Cam. That's fake nigga shit. What you're trying to do right now is fake nigga shit, because you're trying to tell us he's the type of friend that I just say hi and bye to, you know, shake your hand like an associate. Then why you tell the nigga to his face, I love you? Those be the niggas that when they call me their brother, I got to be careful. Because people overuse the word bro. Let me tell you how I am. If you fuck with me, or if you know me, or if you meet me, let me just give y'all, let me ask y'all, let me make a request to you. Because I'm just telling you right now how I am and who I am. If you fuck with me on a level where you got my back, you support me, you would ride for me, and that doesn't always mean fighting or shooting or no shit like that. Ride for me just means my problems could also become your problems, period. I could be stuck in an airport with no money, and you're going to try to help me get home, right? Ride for me. Just in general, ride for me. If you look at me like that, then I'm cool with these type of titles and these names. But if you're not willing to ride for me or help me or support me, you know, don't call me your friend. Let's start very basic. Don't call me your friend. Don't use my name like that. Don't say, yo, ARP, that's my nick. Don't use my name. Don't say my name like that. I'm not your friend. Okay? Don't call me your brother. I'm definitely not your fucking brother. I'd be offended if you call me your brother and we out at a restaurant. I'm like, damn, I left my wallet. You like, shit, that's on you. I'm not your brother. You know what I'm saying? I give a very, very light example right there. But you know how deep that shit can go when y'all be calling each other brothers and sisters. I'm not your brother. Okay? I'm not your big homie. I'm not your big bro. I'm not your OG. I'm not any of those things. If you want to talk associate level, you know, you say, oh, he's a homie or something like, and even the tone of it. Don't use my name behind my back in a way that puts us like, oh, you really tight. No, we not. Because if anything happens outside of you being uncomfortable, you would step away. And Cam is doing that right here. You got some backlash. I even saw the video that he got backlash for. The guy that's driving in the car, and he was like, yo, Cam, you know, you didn't keep that same energy. It's fucked up that you talked to him like that. That's probably the video that Cam is up here responding to. Because he didn't really get that much backlash. He didn't have to get that much backlash, because even on yesterday's stream, for us, the energy that we kept is how wrong Adrian Broner was. He was wrong. He was borderline getting to the point of being nasty and uncomfortable because the energy wasn't being reciprocated. Yes, I'll say it again from yesterday. Shoot your shot. If you rock with a chick, shoot your shot. But if no energy is ever being reciprocated, if it continues to happen and you're not getting any energy back, no response back, and then it even gets to the point where somebody asks you to stop and then even interjects that the person is here with a boyfriend or has a boyfriend, and you continue to go after that, you're being rude, you're being disrespectful. And to some women, they're going to even feel like you're possibly being nasty because your flirtation is so fucking thick and so heavy, and you've been shut down multiple times. Some women is going to be so sensitive, dare I say, they're going to be like, yo, this nigga in a different setting, he might be forceful. He might grab me. He might pull me. He might, you know what I'm saying? A lot of women would actually feel. So I stayed on Adrian Broner's heels yesterday. And now, Cam, here you are. You just pulled the fake nigga move. Don't tell me how I don't really fuck with him like that. It's like kind of high by associate. But when you're walking them out, you put your arm around them and say, I love you. That's the last one, people. Don't tell people you love ARP then. All right. Friend, big bro, big homie, my nigga like that. OG. I love him. Fuck you. Because you ain't standing on none of that if you get a Instagram post where people is calling you out. They're just using your words. I love you, Cam. They're just using your words. Down the fucking middle over here. Fuck that.
So when I seen him walking through the casino, I said, yo, hey, come on the show. It wasn't like he was booked to come on the show or anything like that. And he came on the show. And I see he was a little...
And it shouldn't matter. It don't even matter how he ended up on the show, Cam. This is... Let me pause for a second. I don't have to. I'm in mode. I'm in fucking mode, y'all. I don't have to pause. I don't need a moment to collect my thoughts or nothing. I'm straight. Chat, let me know if I'm ever like an alien to y'all. Let me know if it's ever like, yo, the whole fucking chat is just like ARP. Like, who raised you? Where did you grow up? Because if I'm on my own island, I'll move on. But is Cam not trying to get over right now? I see you tried it. This in this moment, yes. In this moment, yes. Okay, it's not just me. It's not just me. Because you in this video before talking about Big L lines people up. This is how niggas get lined up too, Cam. And I'm not talking about to get robbed or hurt like the car shit that Dame is talking about. I'm talking about to feel like I'm more comfortable or more aligned as homies than I thought. I don't know now if Adrian Broner will never excuse this shit with Stat Baby. Let's take that off the table. But maybe his thoughts with him and Cam. He's sitting there like, yo, it's because I looked at Adrian Broner like a clown. Like, he was a clown in the situation. All right. But certain things he was saying, like, yo, come on, it's me. My angle yesterday was like, yo, who do you think you are? Do you think you're a celebrity so you can get by with what you've been doing? And I don't want to hear nothing about no liquor neither. No, maybe he was saying shit like, yo, come on, Cam, it's me. Because he thinking like, my brothers ain't kicking me off no show, is he? It's me. I fucked up, but yo, it's me. Because you know your peoples always get benefit of the doubt and they get chance 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Somebody close to you. I done had close homies and brothers. They fucked up 1,000,000 times and I still claimed them as my fucking brother and right on the front line to ride for him. Benefit of the doubt, all types of shit. It was my homie like that. That nigga Adrian up there might have been pleading like, yo, it's me. Like, damn, Cam, you really gonna kick me off? I fucked up, but damn, help me clean this up or something. I'm begging you. Nah, I really don't give a fuck about you because I just seen you walking through the casino and booked you. Don't do that. Don't treat people like that, Cam, because you're in a good spot. That's the thing, too. It's a humane, moral thing. It's a principle thing. It's a do unto others type of thing. You might be a shady, shiesty ass nigga, and you might be all about your shit. And if you ain't my immediate brother for real, and these real close circle or mace or somebody like that, fuck you. If you fell for it, you fell for it. I get it. The industry smiles. The overhand shade. Hey, exchange numbers. Let's do a song together. I get it. But it still make niggas fake when they do it. So don't treat people like that then. Don't love them up only to drop them down then. Because you in a spot, because you got a platform, because you up right now. Nah, I didn't even expect to make this about Cam right here. I'm gonna move on. Wow.
A little tipsy, but he's definitely coherent. If you watch that whole episode, very witty, very funny, quick on his feet. I think he has a great career in television anymore. I think he's very funny, witty, etc. And he's a friend of mine. But the context of the whole thing was basically...
Did you just say he was a different type of associate that you just see it, but and then you just say a friend of yours? Cam, are you confusing yourself?
If your friend comes to your house and he keeps flirting with your 23-year-old sister after you...
A friend of mine is never coming to my house to flirt with my sister. I have very, very strong boundaries for who comes to my house, especially at this point in my life. Like very, very strong boundaries. I have a very, very high trust for anybody that would come to my house would never. Actually, how about this? You can't equate the house. Cam, I'm taking it away from you. I'm sorry. You can't use the house alignment to your show because anybody can obviously come to your show as per your own words. I just walked through the casino, saw him and shook his hand. Oh my God. I'll be catching y'all. Anybody can come to your show, but anybody can't come to your house. You know who could come to your house? Somebody that already knows Stat Baby is your sister, already knows Stat Baby got a boyfriend because y'all are that close. Those are the only people that belong in your home. Those are the only people. So don't try to, you're not talking to a fucking idiot. Don't try to give me a reference of your home as if that's the same as your show. Because if I have a podcast studio somewhere in Midtown or some shit like that, anybody could come. This whole fucking chat could come. I'll meet y'all there. Y'all are asking me to do a meet and greet in 2026. Where do you think we're going to do it? Right here? Fuck no. You sick, Kev. In this moment, you're sick. You're sick, and you're not talking to an idiot. Manipulative bastard. You and Dame really are friends. Now that I think about it, birds of a feather ass niggas. You Harlem niggas. Yeah, you Harlem niggas. I don't trust you niggas. There he goes, riding for Holla. No, I just know what I know. In the public and behind the scenes. Let me move on. ARP, chill the fuck out.
Ask him, stop flirting with my 23-year-old sister.
Oh, shit.
And he doesn't listen. You got to get out my house.
Oh, my God.
That's basically the whole context of the whole shit. It's not a lot to talk about, to be honest with you. It wasn't a proud moment. It's more of a, I would say, what's the word I'm looking for? It isn't embarrassing, it isn't proud, it's more like a damn moment. Because I know AB's talent and I know what he could do. And I'm like, yo, bro, this dude could really be one of them dudes. He's one of the few boxers that know how to fight, and not only know how to fight when he's in shape, he knows how to sell it. A lot of boxers could box and can't talk. A lot of boxers that can't fight. He has the kind of the total package when it comes to that pause. But you can't come in my house and flirt with my 23-year-old sister and we ask you to stop and you don't stop. It's even parts where we edit it out.
We didn't even stick with the whole she got a boyfriend thing. Now you're switching it to my sister. Okay. I ain't mad at that though.
Where I said stop taping. Yo, you gotta stop. Even that didn't air on the show. And he said, cool, but then he didn't stop. So that's just basically the context of what happened.
I don't need to watch the rest of this, people. I'm sorry. Because I already agree with him 1000% if you saw yesterday's stream that Adrian Broner was absolutely wrong. I already believe that, you know, but sometimes you guys come out here and you guys clean things up in the wrong way. Or you guys say the wrong things or you reveal things about you as a person. It's just like, you know, it is what it is, man. I'll leave that alone. Shout out to the chat. What is this? You tap to damn much, just play the content. Damn ARP. Well, I play a lot of our content in its entirety, like I did today, for example, the Jimmy Kimmel one. But there are times where I get annoyed too much, where it's just like I can't finish that because it's too much bullshit. And you get a lot of the context as to why from me. Because I'm more of a reactor than just a content player. There are channels out there on YouTube where, and actually YouTube is going to start cracking down on those people more. That's where you see like the AI channels and whatnot, where it's just voiceovers. It's not even a real person behind the YouTube channel's voice. It's like AI generators that create the narrator's voice and splices and edits the all that type of shit. You know, those channels, I watch them as well. I'm not shitting on them, you know, because I get information from them. But I'm a podcaster. I'm a personality, right? I'm a reactor. Like you see up here on the screen, the first thing under Sorry It's True podcast says reactions. Okay. So the people that are building their liking for this type of content, they know that I'm going to pause in the middle of Donald Trump saying something stupid, and I might tell you why I agree or disagree. I'm reactive content. So sometimes I play in full and sometimes I don't. So calm down, relax, and understand the type of content that we do over here, you know. But salute to you. I'm not getting at you. I'm just informing you of what certain podcasts do, certain reactors do versus just playing content type of channels. Okay. All right, let's move on to battle rap. Coffee Brown. I told y'all in the intro, I have some things that I'd like to say to Coffee Brown. You want me to be sarcastic now for a moment before I get serious and say, now me and Coffee Brown are not friends. I'll use the Cam shit. That's how you transition. And we're not friends enough, so I don't want anybody jumping in the comments. Hey, RP, why'd you just call Coffee Brown and say this? I've never been. I don't think have I ever been on the phone with Coffee Brown? I don't even remember if I've ever been on the phone with Coffee Brown. I fuck with Coffee Brown as a battler and as a person in battle rap. I think she's one of the best female battle rappers on the scene right now. She's always been cool. I've always been cool with her. You know what I'm saying? I got no issue with Coffee Brown. Shout out to Coffee Brown. But I seen something on the internet that made me feel like not only will other people maybe get some good context from me on an opinion that I have about something that she just said, but maybe she would as well. I mean, let's see. So we already know what's going on in the battle rap community, right? With Official and Coffee Brown. No need for me to rehash that. It's gotten more and more and more out of control as Official and Coffee Brown continue to pretty much state their claim and try to expose each other more and more and more, and who's right and who's wrong, who's alive, who's not. You know, it's a lot. But Coffee Brown made a video, came out I think yesterday, addressing that you know, people that she is tied to, or may have called a lawyer to address her, because people that are indirectly associated with this or not associated with this at all, they're getting doxxed or they're getting online bullied and whatnot. So Coffee puts out, I guess this is almost like a PSA. That's the way it comes across. All right, let's check it out. These 2 videos.
I haven't gave y'all no issues. I haven't brought, you know what I mean? I haven't brought y'all name up into nothing. I haven't done anything. Everybody went their separate ways. This is a freak incident that have nothing to do with me bringing y'all into it. This is people in battle rap thinking that y'all regular life ties into this, or that regular life don't be happening, or that some people don't play street games. Some people go straight to litigation, and you're a grown woman. I know, Miss Black, so I just want to say I am, whatever part you think I played in it, I just want to be clear and say the only part I played in it is being the female she battled, and she thinking she knew something she didn't. It definitely shouldn't have gotten this far, but now at this point, they're talking about cyberbullying, they're talking about dosing, they're talking about character defamation, they're talking about all types of things that I, Coffee, don't have nothing to do with. I never planned that. That was between a battle rapper named Official Real Rap. That was between a blogger named Polo. That was another blogger named Piperboy. That was another blogger named Caps. If you want to get with anybody on how your information was doxed to the public, why people write your address, why people call your job and stuff, you're going to have to contact them. You're going to have to let the police know about them. Because what we're not going to do is play these games here. It definitely is a felony in Michigan. That's why I need to get on here. They're definitely playing a lot of police games with people's personal life that don't have nothing to do with me, my dad, my kid, or my battle. So with that being said, Ms. Flax, I do apologize, but please do not involve me in that at all. I don't have nothing to do with any type of legalities that you want to pursue, ma'am. I've been, you know, I have not been a dog in y'all fight or in y'all world for a long time. It's going on over 3 years. I haven't gave y'all no issues. I haven't brought, you know what I mean? I haven't.
All right, let's check the second one out.
I've never posted your information. I've never put any of that stuff on a public platform. So if you do go about things the way that you want to go about it, Mrs. Flax, I'm fine with that. I will cooperate with you. I will provide you whatever information you need, but do not include me in that. Anything that you got going on, the cyberbullying, the dogs, don't include Coffee in any of that. I have nothing to do with that litigation. I have nothing to do with those posts. I have nothing to do with those interviews. The only thing I went up there and did was clear his name. So if they're telling you anything, make sure I went up there and told and make sure they tell you I went up there, pulled him up there to tell them that he don't have nothing to do with this, and I don't know why they posted your information. That was the only reason I even bought him on Caps' Live. I don't know nothing about her having him still posted on her page. I don't know nothing about, definitely. If y'all think I'm finna, I'm not taking charges behind nobody I don't even like. Y'all crazy. I'm not taking charges behind somebody I never told y'all to bring in here. Y'all are crazy. Y'all know how long it took me to establish myself out here with a new bit? I'm not doing that. I told y'all, I gotta live here. And the crazier part is, motherfuckers had all this man information, and before y'all went on here and said he was gay, before y'all went on here and said he was my daughter's dad, before y'all went on here and acted like I ever even gave y'all inclination of anything. I never updated nobody on anything. I never told nobody my situation. I never mentioned him. I never mentioned me. I never mentioned my baby. I never mentioned nothing. All of this is these people making assumptions. They made assumptions. They tried to do it in a battle. The battle got messed up, so we addressed why the battle got messed up, and it went from that to them doxing you, or quote unquote cyberbullying, as this email say. So like I'm saying, I don't know what people need to know. I don't know who I need to. I live in Michigan. I live out here. I've been out here for a year. Just reestablishing myself, getting land. Like, you know what I mean? I'm doing other things. But this whole life, I just want y'all to know, it's because I'm in a position now. I didn't start no gay stuff. Let me clarify that too, because that's where people trying to involve me still. I'm so happy you brought that up. Let me pin that. Let me pin it, because I know she's going to see this live. This person says, I started the gay stuff, though. There was a tweet in November When I was arguing with somebody else way back in San Bernardino, and these people, Official, Polo, the people that's posting him, took that tweet and they applied it to your son. I never did that. I never bought your son up. That's part one. That's part one. So this email that you sent me from your attorney, I don't know what this is about. I'm going to respond. But since all of this is coming from social media, I think it is important that I put this out there. This right here, where they say you started the gay stuff, do not believe these people. I know it's all kind of interviews and stuff going around. That never happened. No, I have to. No, let me pin this. I have to explain myself, y'all. I came into my office this morning to an email from an attorney regarding cyberbullying, dosing, character defamation. You got to understand, y'all dealing with a grown woman. That's that man's mother. Mother. Y'all got people looking up his mother's information, contacting her job. And y'all think I'm supposed to explain, like, this is ridiculous, bro. And you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I'm not taking this charge, bro. I'm not taking no charges. I'm not going to litigation. I'm not doing none of that for some shit I never, ever started, invoked, suggested, or none of that. Battle rap is too far gone right now. And this has gone way beyond battle rap to where you got a woman in her late 60s having her attorneys contacting me. You got character defamation going on. You're posting this man's picture online. And the only person that they have in common between this woman and the man that's doing all this and me and them is me. So it's important that I do this right now. And y'all understand that this attorney sending me this email, no, we're not doing that. And whoever she's asking for, whatever information she's looking for, she's going to get it. Coffee's not doing this with y'all. I'm not finna be moving around Detroit, having to keep my head on a swivel in my personal life because y'all are playing games with people that don't have nothing to do with battle rap. I already lost a job behind y'all females in the beginning when I started battle rapping. I'm not finna lose everything I done built 8 years later.
I'm very, very confused. I ain't gonna lie. I see our member Archetype put this in the chat. It says, is it possible that she's lying to get Official to stop? So I'm not going to sit here right now and call her a liar or say that this is true when it comes to this video, these two videos that we just played. I'm going to chill on that. But I will say this. Coffee is over-explaining a lot right now. Actually, not a lot. Too much. Way too much. All right. So it feels weird, you know, of the continuing of the litigation and these charges and the cyberbullying and the doxing and the defamation and the lawyers. And I got an email and like even saying I don't want to walk around with my head on a swivel. You wouldn't have to walk around with your head on a swivel if somebody is contacting you with a lawyer. That would be civil. That wouldn't be like somebody's trying to go street with you. So it feels odd, right? But that's not even the route that I want to go. Arca. That's not even the route that I want to go. Let me start here first and foremost with it's too late. Once you put it out there, it's in the comments of some of these videos. It's in the comments of some of the videos that are on YouTube that posted it. You know what they're already doing to you, Coffee, and what you're going to face in your battles, whether you knew it or not. They're going to play with you like on some snitch shit. Okay, I'm just being 1,000. Like to go there and just say, no, that's Angry Fan. No, that's Piper Boy. No, that's Polo. Oh no, you got to go to this. And if you need any information, I'm going to corroborate them. I'm going to help them. You can get anything you need from me. They're going to do that to you. And if this was just a general battle rapper on stage that ended up in a fight, and then they go back to their regular life, like you say, on land and you're working and you're 9 to 5 and you don't got nothing to do with none of this. This is bullshit. Then even I would stick up for Coffee and be like, why would y'all do all this? Well, I understand battle rap, people use angles, but in the real world, like that's not snitching, right? The reason why people are still going to do that with you, though, not just because it's battle rap, because to our knowledge, use a whole member, right? That little pause was the G. Use a whole member, right? So if that's what you always claiming, and that's some of the backdrop of your image, and what we've come to know and believe about you, your presentation, all this cooperation stuff that you're saying in these videos, yeah, see, somebody's going to say that about you. That looks a little off, shorty. I'm being 1,000. Let me leave that alone. I could go way deeper on that, but I fuck with Coffee, so I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna leave that alone. Here's the real thing here. If this is a real situation with this lawyer and all this stuff, shorty, what I'm about to say right here is not to disrespect you. It is not to get at you. I'm not trying to just run content on you. I got a million things I could talk about. I promise you right now, this is real, literal advice for you and anybody else that's in this situation. Calm the fuck down. Calm the fuck down. Coffee, you are way too scared right now. And it's the type of scary mode that almost feels like, how many situations have you been in, whether street or whatever? And I'm not, don't validate yourself to me. I'm pretty sure you give it up, shorty. But you way too fucking scared right now. Like I could use a battle rap situation before I go to me. Like Chrome 23, Rem, and Easy, they got cease and desist. I want to say allegedly, right? Allegedly, not to do Hitman and Easy, right? They calm the fuck. We never even heard Rem say anything about it. Rem never said nothing publicly about it. She allegedly got a cease and desist too. It wasn't just Easy. It was Rem as well, allegedly. She never said shit. She was calm. She was chilling. All right, let me gather my facts together. Let me see what's going on. Easy already told y'all. He went and lawyered up, called a entertainment lawyer, gave his contract to the lawyer, and said, these are the things that's going on. These are some of the accusations. A lawyer hit me up with a cease and desist or told me they had an issue with something that I'm doing out in the world. And the lawyer said, all right, let me go over there. Go do your battle. And they went and did the fucking battle. Hitman versus Easy. And what happened after that? Other than it being a multi-million view battle, shit happened after that. Why? Calm the fuck down. You talk about a letter from a lawyer. Now, I'll use me. I've been approached by lawyers many times. Many times. I lost one lawsuit with my family when I was like 19 years old. Everything else neutralized in one. You know what I'm saying? And that was as a defendant. Let me make that clear. That's me getting approached, hit up, something. Collect your facts. If you're so adamant and so strong that you have nothing to do with nothing, you're not the person that released the information, you didn't do nothing, then calm the fuck down. Like Coffee, you honestly are coming off like somebody that cracks under an inch of pressure. Calm the fuck down, shorty. If I really, really, really didn't do nothing, that lawyer hits me up and I'm laughing. And if I go to the next level, I get my lawyer to help me laugh as well. Like, I didn't have people online say that they was going to sue me, right? The last thing you want to do is make me believe you as a threat, as a legally anything. And once I believe you, I move at a very, very tactical and a serious level, right? And you probably won't know about it. When I don't believe you, you'll get 15 fucking videos like I'll do for Verb, because he'll threaten, I'm suing ARP and Hitman for robbing me from the Max Out 3 pay-per-view. And then I'll hit up online my lawyer to reserve a slot to speak, to get on their calendar. I'll post a screenshot, and then Verb will jump in his space and you'll hear it in his voice. His voice will start cracking. And me and Hitman will join his space, and he'll jump off of his space in 5 minutes, literally scared as shit. Like, you said that, right? You threatened us. You said you had a problem. You said we did something wrong. I'm not scared. I have my facts. Let me go get my lawyer. And then you ran for the hills. I'm still waiting to get sued by Averb. I kind of wanted to. Damn near. Because your countersuits would have been crazy. I'd have you like Dame Dash. Go get a fucking family office and hide everything that you do for the rest of your life, because I'm touching anything that you do from here on out. I'm that caliber of calm and, all right, cool. We want to play. Let's play. Like, calm the fuck down, Coffee. And here's another example, and I won't even say no names. Even if I felt like 20% I might want to believe you and you threatened me about a lawyer, you know what I did? I'll go collect all your information. I'll make phone calls. I'll get into your personal business. I'll download 1 million videos. If y'all see my file, if y'all ever saw my file for URL while we were in litigation, that's a real lawsuit. That's not a lawyer just trying to, whatever's going on with this. That's a real lawsuit, RBE and URL. If you guys ever saw the 12 plus years of information that I collected on them, for trial, if we ever would have made it to trial. And I did that same thing to other people in battle rap too. Like, if this goes there, you got a uphill fight. So, Coffee, if you got all these facts, then calm down, collect them, put them together, and this person will be wasting their time and money trying to sue you. They really would. Because actually, from what I've seen, I believe that Coffee is not really the reason why somebody's, or this woman or this mother and the other person's business is being, like, you're the one that's defending who your boyfriend and your baby daddy is or whatever. So why are you so scared in his videos about an alleged email that you received? Don't crack that easy. You on the video talk about, listen, I'll give you Johnny, I'll give you Tommy, I'll give you Katie, I'll give you Kelly. I'm ready to cooperate with you. Y'all ain't gonna take away the job and the life that I built for myself. Nobody's taking the world from you, shorty. You got an email over some bullshit. If you got an email. This really, I know some of the things I might be saying right now might be abrasive because it's like, damn, it makes me not look cool or not look gangster, which is never supposed to be people's a priority. Grown man, grown woman talk. But this is really a jewel. You are way too scared right now. Like, calm down, collect your information. If you really got an email or a lawyer on you, based on what you're saying in here, you straight. You know, like, and also let me close it out like this, because I don't want Coffee or anybody to feel like this is, I'm not at her. I'm really just like, people, like, let's not react like that, right? Here's the last closeout for it. Stream, y'all know this podcast very well. I've said 1,000,000 times, at the end of the year, we're going to do some wrap-up videos. We're going to do a top 5 frivolous lawsuits of the year, right? We've been saying that, laughing about that type of shit, right? When we see some of these ridiculous things, this girl wants $24 million from Shannon Sharp. This person over here who wants $200 million from Jay-Z, and he's never met her. Like, we're gonna do a top 5, okay? And the point that I'm saying there is we consistently stand like that. Somebody will try to take you to court for anything. It's what you do after that. Where can you go after that? We literally watch videos online with people on the highway that are in the fast lane. They jam on their brakes to get somebody to hit them in the rear, hit them in the rear bumper, and then they come out. 4 people come out the car like this, or some Friday shit. Rest in peace. Right? Was that Ezel? He passed away. Like, my neck came up, right? We see, this is the world we in. People they need come-ups. And we in a recession? What? People looking for come-ups every fucking day. A-verb is multiplied by 1,000,000. Real shit. Looking for these little frivolous fucking come-ups. So fuck your email. Let's go to war with all of the facts. And if you win after that, cool. Let's go to war for 1, 2, 3, 4 years of litigation. I'm going to be right there. I don't know about you. Let's go to 3, 4 years of war and litigation. Let's do the facts. As long as I carry myself with enough integrity, when I know I'm not out here fucking people over, I'm probably going to be in a decent spot to argue some of the bullshit that might come my direction simply because people are out here looking for come-ups. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is off Coffee. You know, like you could get that email and it could have nothing to do with official. Calm down. Call your lawyer. You know what I'm saying? Like, you kind of shed a different light on yourself with these videos, shorty. You did. And the situation's already gotten too far. So I get the woman side of things too. It's just like they're gonna be way more. You know, like when you see me do 15 days, 15 nights with A-verb, I'm in there laughing for 90% of them. You know, I'm not, because it's like you're not walking around with his head on a swivel behind this blog back and forth with A-verb. Like, you know, anybody that come close to me that's on my radar, we're gonna have some type of issue, right? But I don't then cut off that stream and be like, well, it's up and it's stuck. No, calm the fuck down. And once again, that don't mean that I sleep on no nigga or no woman, but calm down. Like, you look a little, put you in the gym, and easily, shorty, you crack into that email like that. Nah, coffee. If they don't got nothing on you, they don't got nothing on you. Okay. And that's respectfully, because it seems like you're even aligned with those people, right? So, and respect to the whole situation. You know, I ain't even trying to get any further into that unless somebody drops some wild shit like this is the all out full, that side is lying or this side is lying over a possible deceased person. Like, we might revisit the topic. Other than that, respectfully, nah, it's too much going on in that. I'm chill, man. I don't want to be out here, have y'all thinking I'm taking sides on that. I'm all right. All right, let's move on. Where we at? We had David. So David has entered the chat like 3 days ago. I said, listen, man, what's this body in the trunk or pieces? Let's start covering this, man. Let's bring this into our news cycle, man. Let's keep up with this one. Turns out we brought that in to stay current, you know, at the right time, because this shit is, what the fuck is going on with StreamYard? This shit is looking kind of crazy with dude. Fuck it, I'll stay on this side. It's all good. I don't mind. Here's an update here. Singer David has a tattoo that matches one found on the 15-year-old Celeste Rivas, who was discovered in his Tesla trunk. Celeste's mother says her daughter had a boyfriend named David. There's a missing persons report here that was going up, I guess, before she was found. Celeste Rivas Hernandez. Last seen 4/5/2024. Oh, this is over a year ago? What the fuck? How long was the car sitting? Current age 13. So she would have been so she was 13 possibly at the time when she passed away. People, unfortunately, we nailed it yesterday. Unfortunately. And the reason why I say that is because, remember, we were reading an article, and when it got to the point where it says the body was approximately 5'1" tall and 71 pounds, I paused. I said, ooh, now there's some skinny people out there. There's some very small people out there. There's some people that have dramatic weight loss out there. It could be drug related, or you just never know. Might have a condition. But 9 times out of 10, if I hear that somebody is 71 years old, I don't think it's an adult. I don't think you got your adult height and weight on you then. That scared me yesterday. And here, this missing report that we got up here saying 13 years old. 13 years old. And if this is true, that the mother said that her daughter had a boyfriend named David, a quick thought that just came to mind for me as a father. See, now my handcuffs is off. I can talk like that now. Me as a father is, my 13-year-old daughter don't have no boyfriend, and all I know is the name. You know, but I don't want to go in the direction of the parents right now. Let's stay focused. We maybe double back that direction later. This one says 5'3" though, and this one says weight 120. That's a difference. Okay. Yesterday, that report definitely said 71 pounds, though. Matching tattoos, mother's confirmation, allegedly. This right here, the caption here says 15 years old. This report says 13. Why we keep seeing contradictions? Age, height is different, 5'1" to 5'3" yesterday. Weight, 71 to now 120. Age, 13 to 15. And what's going on? We'll leave that can of worms right there open halfway in case anything starts to double back around of anything being fake later. All right. But let's go to some more pieces of this as far as news reporting updates. According to the timeline in Discord message, David was dating Celeste when she was 12 years old. She ran away from home at 13 years old to hang with him. Let's double check something. How old is the singing artist D4vd, David. They got him as 20 years old. Oh, he's not even old enough to drink yet? He's 20 years old? It's still too old to be with a 12-year-old. Well, he's possibly 19 or 18, and she's possibly 11 or 12 at the time, allegedly. No, if you're a parent and you got a 11, 12, 13-year-old daughter, of course. But if he's 17, 18, 19 at the time, are the courts going to look at that any different if he becomes a primary suspect? I doubt it. I doubt it. You're still way too old. There's too much of a gap there. This is one thing I've always said. Let me stop here for a moment. I always said age gaps don't really matter up until after a certain point, right? So, who taught me this? One of my mother's boyfriends one time. I'm trying to remember the number. He taught me about an age. Oh, I don't want to take that off the screen. Hold on, my bad. He taught me an age up, age down concept when it came to dating. I'm going to try to remember the number. It might have been like 3 up and 3 down. Meaning, if I'm 25 years old, I should only date from 22 through 28-year-old people, right? I don't know how much I agree with that today, but if that was to apply, it absolutely matters in the teens and the 20s. Okay, and here's why I always took that, with a small grain of salt. What he told, I understand what he's telling me, principle-wise, about staying around women that's in your same brain capacity, experience realm, so to speak, right? Staying close. So I get it. The point, like if I'm 15 and she's 13, yeah, we're in the same lanes. You know what I'm saying? Now, and from a legal standpoint, though, like if I'm 21 and she's 18, or I should say 17, that's 4 down, right? Yeah, that's not his teaching. If I'm 21 and she's 20, 19, 18, depending on who you ask, some people still have a problem with that. The 20s, it's a big gap, even with 3 years, though, because look at yourself in the mirror. The 25-year-old version of you was night and day from the 22-year-old version of you. The 28-year-old version of you is night and day from the 25-year-old version of you. When you're in your 20s, those 2-year gaps, motherfuckers be looking different, going through late puberty. Oh, pop up with a beard, voice change a little bit, get taller, or you know what I'm saying? Your 20s, you go through a lot of new experiences because you're coming into adulthood. So you're away from your parents now. Maybe you're out of your parents' home and you're taking in the world. So if I'm 25 and I meet a woman that's 22, I'm not a virgin, but she is. I'm not shocked. Now, when you get into like the 40s, 50s, 60s, big age gaps don't matter as much. For example, if I'm 40 years old and my girlfriend is 55, 15 years older than me, we still on a similar wavelength. She's got more years on me. She's got more experience than I have, possibly in certain things, aspects of life. But is she going to sit down with me and I won't be able to identify? Is going to be that type of mental gap? Fuck no. I'm 40. So I learned so much. That's where those age gaps aren't going to be prominent. You know what I'm saying? But here, let's get back to David now. That was a little side topic. If I get back to David, if he's 18 at the time and she's like, let's say allegedly 12 at the time, because he's 20 now, that's not good. That's not good at all. You guys are completely misaligned. All right. They got this comment here. David, they got him here in 2022. Celestin here. So they got him saying her name allegedly in screenshots from like a Discord. And then was this a reply from her? Hi, David. Okay. This trail is once they put the two people together, or knowing of each other, yeah, you definitely become, you don't have to get charged, but you become a primary suspect. What the fuck is going on with this fucking let me stop sharing for a second. My bad. StreamYard's UI is fucking up bad right now, people. My bad. It's really fucking up. Let me do this. I gotta take the chat off of the UI to give me some more space so that my screen comes back up. Ustream, get your shit together. All right, David, the Tesla case, photographed an area where the victim lived. All right, so I got a picture of him here talking to some guy, and motherfuckers pretty much Google mapped it, and it's like, this is where shit went down, or this is where she lives. We examined this photo, which shows David interacting with another man who was holding a bag. Based on Google Maps, David was in Lake, whatever that is, California, which is Riverside County, 70 miles from downtown Los Angeles. According to Google Maps, David was standing 0.3 miles, Jesus, from the home where Celeste, I'm going to just say Hernandez, was living with her family before she disappeared back in April 2024. The place David was standing is a 6-minute walk from Celeste's family home. Isn't it incredible? This is why you're not getting away with crimes anymore, people. I'm not saying that he's guilty of this yet. I'm not saying that. But isn't it incredible how I could, like, let's just say, post this picture on my story or in a Discord or on Reddit one day or on my Instagram, and 5 years later, somebody will Google map this street or whatever and be like, oh, by the way, this is 0.6 miles from the victim's crib. The same years that he's in and the fucking detectives may not have even did this. They have it, but this could have been the internet detectives that did this. And dare I say, there are real detectives, well, I should say junior detectives on the internet all over the place, people that are just good at investigation. They just don't have the actual job of being a detective. But their investigative measures they're born with that shit. To just, it's called connecting the dots. All right? Somebody that takes a stop sign in the background that says it's pointing east, and the energy pole that's pointing west, and based on the triangulation of his body, and they'll do that. People born with these connecting the dot, those are the people that you want to become your detectives, right? To go find out where the fuck Johnny disappeared to. Or in this case, Celeste. Incredible. All right, let's check about this video that they say that they are hunting for. What's this one? StreamYard, get your shit together, B. Get your shit together, please. All right. Cops hunting for a video showing abandoned car. David's Tesla was abandoned on a street in Hollywood Hills before it was towed and impounded with a dead body inside. And cops are scouring the area where the car was parked and looking for video that would identify the driver and maybe crack the case. Well, whether he drove or not, it's always going to be a big thing once you get a person tied to the car. And he's already tied to the car, David, but that's like at a paperwork level, I believe, right? Like, oh, you're the owner, you're the one that rented it, or you're the one that leased it. No, but who was in it this day? You know, once they got that person, it's pretty much a wrap. That person doesn't have to be David. That could be like, look at the shit with YNW Melly. It could just be a different driver. We're gonna sit down, we're gonna figure out, we're gonna go back to the studio footage, we're gonna triangulate things. Now I got times, I got faces, I got clothes, I got all this type. I might have a snitch, whatever. It'd be a wrap. They say he just canceled the rest of his tour, right, David? Once again, doesn't make him guilty, but I know you shaking right now. And you damn sure lawyered up by now. You damn sure did. Multiple people who live on a block where the singer's Tesla was abandoned tell TMZ LAPD swept the area, are talking with every neighbor they can track down to see if there is Ring camera or surveillance video showing David's car. Yeah, the whole world has Ring cameras and cameras on their cribs at these days. And all of that comes into play. All of it. The whole neighborhood. We're told cops are not only asking residents for video showing the main street where the car was towed from. They're also searching for video showing nearby alleyways, suggesting cops believe the Tesla may have driven through an alley before being abandoned to avoid direction. You're just not getting away with shit in today's world, B. We know cops got video of the alleyway from at least one neighbor, but the Tesla was not in the footage. We're told the neighbor who called to have the car towed earlier this month has since talked to police and turned over footage, but we do not know if the video revealed the driver's identity. It will, if they got him in there. You know, it don't even got to be a video of him getting in and out the car. They'll identify you through a windshield. They got satellite triangulation cameras right now, some satellite that's in space right now that'll beam down and see what color your car in your driveway is right now. And your little dog running around the yard. They will identify you through a windshield, through tinted wind, all types of shit. It's not a game. One complicated factor here, several homes in the area are party houses and short-term rentals. And cops need to get in touch with those owners. So if you got a bunch of Airbnbs and all that type of stuff in that neighborhood, you start to say, what is this leaning towards alibis for David? Is he innocent? Could it be somebody took his car? Could it be somebody borrowed his car? Could it be something that went down at one of those parties? You just never know. We ain't jumping out the window and pointing no fingers, but whoever's investigating this right now is days, if not weeks, ahead of us and the information that we're getting. Okay, they are tracking this shit down. They probably got so much information, and they'll even use media platforms. You know how much information TMZ gets that is tactical? Look what they did in The Wire season 5, Art Imitates Reality, where Detective McNulty was purposefully giving sometimes even fake shit to the newspapers so that they could run it in those articles and try to flush out what they needed to flush out. Happens all the fucking time, B. It's the real world. And so they could even leak certain things to TMZ on purpose. Get other people to stand up and say, hey, you want my ring footage too? I heard about this on TMZ. It's all types of angles to this shit. They will get their man. Do not bet any money. And lose money that somebody's just going to walk away with this. They will get their man. It's just about how long does it take. All right. Cardi B, for you Cardi B fans out here, and this is a Cardi B friendly zone. So I said, oops, my bad. Not this one. I don't want to put this one up. Being that this is a Cardi B friendly zone, I said, let's run this real quick. Where's Cardi at? We got Cardi. Yeah, this UI right now is killing me. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Hold on. No. Did I take it down? I might have took it down. All right, hold on. Let me find it real quick just so I could get y'all the news. I got y'all. I ain't run today. I got time, cause I ain't running. I ain't rushing. I got y'all. I'll just bring up the first article I see. Or wasn't it better if I had the video for y'all? Is this it? This might be the video here. Let me bring this up. For y'all. Let me see this ad that's playing. Let me see if it runs after this ad. If not, we'll just go to the article. The StreamYard's UI is bugging today. I ain't the only one. I can't be. It is bugging. It is tripping. All right, let's see what video this is. Yeah, I think this is it.
Superstar, that would be the one in Friday. It started with some very exciting personal news yes mornings. But I want to start right away with, because the rumors on the streets be talking. Mm-hmm. And so the latest rumor about you is that you are having a baby. Mm-hmm. And I want to know what, if anything, you want to share about that with the class.
Well, yes, I am. I'm having a baby with my boyfriend, Stefan Diggs.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. How are you feeling about that? And that this will be baby number 4 for you, Cardi.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm excited. I'm happy. I feel like I'm in a good space. I feel very strong. I feel very powerful that I'm doing all this work, but I'm doing all this work while I'm creating a baby. Me and my man, we're very supportive of each other. We're like in the same space in our careers, but like in different,
By that, what do you mean by that same space? That you're both doing well? What do you mean?
You know what it is? That I feel like we're really great and one of the best at what we do. And me and him think the same way. Like, it's like, yeah, we're one of the greatest, but what's next? What we doing again? We do it again. We have to do it again all the time. It's not like we're never like comfortable. We just want to keep doing it. And that's just how we both are.
You have a song on your new album. I can't wait for people to hear the new music, but there's a song called Safe.
Yeah.
Is he somebody that makes you feel safe?
Very safe in both ways. Physically, I mean, like, you see how big he is.
Yes. Yes.
All right, that's for some of you ladies on the channel, and I don't need to go all the way all out with this clip. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Cardi B fans, there you go. Your home girl right there. I just pulled up in the background. I wasn't sure because this is her 4th child. I didn't know she had 3 of her kids, all with Offset. I didn't know they had 3. But shout out to her. Congratulations to her. Is it too fast? Is it fast? I don't know how long they've been dating. You know, Offset. If you've been looking to double back, possibly from some of the things you've been saying and some of the little shout outs ever since all you guys drama, that might be off the table. Respectfully. But shout out to everybody, man. You know, big news for Cardi B fans, as she's a very, very big artist. So, you know, there you go. I don't got too much for y'all for that. I'm sorry. You know, I don't. Let's go to this now Snoop Dogg one. I got a topic to go with this. I got some questions to go with this one right here. Yo, StreamYard, y'all are tripping. All right, Snoop Dogg abruptly cancels New Zealand show after promoter found guilty, keyword guilty, of sexual assault of SA. I'm just going to read the post. Due to circumstances beyond our control, Snoop Dogg will no longer be performing in Auckland this weekend. We apologize to all his fans who were looking forward to the show on Saturday, September 20th. We understand the disappointment and inconvenience caused. Our goal was to deliver a first-class New Zealand first show, and we are saddened this is no longer possible. All refunds will be processed automatically by Event Finder. This will take 2 to 5 days, depending on your bank. Nothing like battle rap. Sneaking that one. But all right. You know, how do y'all feel about that? Standing on business. Here's the even better question. How close, StreamYard, shit. How close do you feel you need to be with somebody to allow your business to be altered based on what they got going on personally? It doesn't matter? Because that's what Snoop just showed. A promoter. I'm sure that New Zealand promoter isn't his friend, right? Or is it like, look, man, I'm not tied in with this person. I don't know this person. So me doing this show this is where it gets a little hedgy, right? This would be his out if he got backlash for doing the show. I'm really here for my fans, okay? But then does somebody ask the question, well, you got paid by a convicted artist, or you know what I'm saying, or SA person, right? Where do you stand? Can you do the show for your fans, or is it like, nope, you have no choice but to pull what Snoop Dogg did? Withdraw. Go ahead, chat. Now, of course, this is 1000% honorable. All right. Should I be answering while y'all are putting in the chat? I don't want to influence y'all. Now, y'all got your own minds. All right. Because, you know, sometimes I stop and I let y'all answer. But this is 1000% honorable because it's a clear disassociation from that type of charge. All right. Here's the contradiction, people. And this is why I just want to invoke thought. In our culture, the hip hop culture, look at the horrendous things that we do stand next to, though. Let's say, for example, murderers. What if it's a murderer or somebody that is tied to a murderer of an innocent person, like let's say a civilian? When we saw that police chief come out and take the podium, right? He was, in so many words, targeting Lil Baby for that music video because they're alleging that the aftermath, invoked gang shootings, in which case even a child was killed in the process. Right? Now, I'm pretty sure Ray, now I'm not saying tied to Lil Baby. Big Ray that went and shot up the block last week on some gang shit and a little kid got hit. I'm pretty sure all his homies is still around him, or they wouldn't stop getting money with him, right? Am I just reaching? Or do we see people stand next to murderers and all types of stuff every fucking day in our culture? And there is no justification for sexual assault or arguing somebody you deserve to be walked away from 100%. I'm just saying, do we need to also add on the fact like, hey, good move, Snoop, but there's also a lot of other things that we shouldn't stand next to. Can we create some consistency there? Should that be the question? Or is it just that people are so scared today to stand in especially in the hip hop world, hip hop community, next to people that are convicted or found guilty of sexual assault? Because I'm pretty sure I could meet somebody right now that's not just having the allegations, but convicted, that'll probably tell us a story that'll make you say, all right, you guys were both there. Y'all were both down for the cause. But she woke up and she had second thoughts because after you left, matter of fact, let me create one that I think really happens every fucking day. Every fucking day. I'll use groupies, okay? You ever see the backstage tour, like the Rockefeller tour and all that type of shit? It's got like Method Man on the tour, Red Man on the tour, and I'm gonna say allegedly in case my mind is skipping a beat. But that backstage tour DVD that came out, I think it's that one that has footage of groupies getting taken into a bathroom stall. Now, I know in today's society, people would never run that footage, but taking groupies back into a bathroom stall. Now, the people that was taking them back into these bathroom stalls weren't even the main artists. It wasn't like the Jay-Z or the Method Man. Thank you. It wasn't like the Jay-Z. It wasn't the Method Mans. It wasn't the Red Mans. It wasn't the Memphis Bleaks or the Beanie Siegels. It was showing that the groupies level of groupieism, if that's a word, is so fucking strong that even the hanger-ons to the show, or the third people or fourth person in charge in the show, is grabbing these groupies and pulling them off into the bathrooms and shit. You see what I'm saying? So if that's the case, now imagine all the scenarios where the groupie is turned out by Redman. That's who she's really there in the front row screaming for. But she thinks that Redman's cousin that's there, that's her way to get to Redman, or possibly make it up to the hotel room. So she breaks him off. These are real world scenarios. All right. I'm not just making it. This really, really happens every fucking day. So she breaks him off. When it's all said and done, that nigga walks away to, all right, deuces, chick. Like, and she's sitting there like, damn, I don't get the fuck Redman too? No. Stupid. You just fucked me thinking you was going to get to the superstar because I'm backstage and I was able to bring you backstage to meet them. Now you got a problem. Now you're upset. Now you go file something at the local precinct, right? So I only created that to say, men in the chat, women in the chat, if somebody told you that story, you wouldn't be a guy that just, or a woman that looked at that person with that sexual assault charge on her and be like, oh, you're disgusting, you sexual assault person. You would look at them and like, oh, that groupie ass, nasty ass bitch got mad because she couldn't get next to Redman or Method Man or Jay-Z or Memphis Bleak or Beanie Siegel or Dame Dash on the tour. And then when she took down the road manager, she was mad that she didn't get a chance to fuck the other ones after, and he just walked away. Right? But in today's world, even the conviction of that, it makes things very sensitive. And I don't think that Snoop Dogg wanted to even have those questions. So the Canada Worms is 1, what's the details of the situation? And 2, is there hypocrisy in still standing next to other people that are breaking laws in heinous ways? But this isn't to go at Snoop at all. I'm just opening up that side topic, but I believe this is still an honorable move because he's just like, whatever it is, I'm cool. Sorry, fans. I wish that, the fans could have their cake and eat it too, where he could stand tall in a situation like this and still get the fans what they wanted, but sometimes it just doesn't work out like that. All right. Speaking of state property members, right? Let's go over to Philly. Shout out to O. O's out here exposing allegedly another Philly rapper, right? And I didn't tell y'all that name in the intro. Turns out to be Neef. What's going on with these Neef accusations?
I don't know, Neef, you seem thorough on the outside, but on the inside you do a bunch of snake stuff people don't see. That's why when I said you was telling the first time, everybody was snapping on me. Oh, why you saying he told? I was saying I was lying. Then they found out that it was true, right? Now you just told again. I don't know if people know that you told again. At the end of the day, one thing that I would never do is have sex with my friend's girlfriend behind their back. That's like rule 1. People girlfriends is off limits. You don't do that. So you pop me your man girlfriend, and shout out to Shorty because she thorough and she told him like, yo, you keep laughing in your face, man. When you was locked up, man, I was having sex, right? So you don't even know he line you up, take your rock chain and your watch. You're gonna make a police report and tell him I can see you trying to get some insurance money, bro. But you don't gotta give the details of everything they did. You really was telling, like, again. So I'm sitting there like, y'all call state property, people telling, people doing gay stuff, all this type of stuff going on, right? And I just be looking at these boys like, this is real life CB4. Then when I seen the boy LA backstage, it was like the icing on the cake. Then I found out Freeway done invited him. Like, I'm like, bro, what the? So I feel like you in the twilight zone. Like I didn't start rapping in my life to be associated with these dudes. I started rapping to get a deal for myself. I was forced into this group. But my thing is this: once you play with a boy from North Philly money, like I get my money back some type of way. So me crying about it. Remember this: when y'all say I'm crying and I'm complaining, I get paid for this. This is how I get my money back. You know what I'm saying? So like it ain't like I'm doing this. I would never do this if I wasn't getting paid for it. I just know what I know and keep it to myself.
Man, I hate that you said that right there. I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't ready for that. I would never do this if I wasn't getting paid for it. I ain't gonna make this about I think the people in this chat that know me know the rant that I would go on right there. I'm gonna save it. I don't want to make this about you. Shout out to I just hate that comment that you just said right there. But anyway, you tried it 215. You know the area, right? So my question for you tried it. Our gracious mod, is Neef out around y'all way? Is Neef considered a street nigga or a gangster? I'm only looking for you tried it 215 right now, or somebody from Philly. Is he considered a street nigga? Neef. Free Money says he not solid. So hold on. I'm trying to find if anybody from Philly or you tried it 215 has that answer for me. Is Neef considered a street nigga? Now, of course, for me, from the outside looking in, I'm just a rap fan, a hip hop fan. So I see state property, I see gangster rap or whatever, but we know that there's a lot of studio gangsters. What you rap doesn't mean what you actually stand for, what you are once you walk out that booth. So is Neef a real street guy? All right, so you tried it 215. Our mod says no, he's considered a real one, not street. Okay. So matter of fact, I'm gonna leave you tried it up there. Okay, so based on this answer, I was gonna go either direction with it. Y'all know that. That's why I asked the question. Because obviously, if you considered a street nigga, and it's not like you wake up one day, because they always ask that question. They always say, like, listen, even if you're a street nigga, can you ever work with authorities? depending on who you ask, the answer is going to change. For example, I'm a street nigga, but I walk outside one day and my car was broken into. Can I make a police report so that I can make an insurance claim? Right? Now, what if I make a police report, somebody stole my shit, and the police just happen to go find that person and lock them up? I didn't tell them. I didn't hand over no information saying that this is the person that did it. None of that, right? I just make a police report so I can make an insurance, but that I am the vehicle, right? I am the beginning. I'm the source of the reason why the cops got involved and then made an arrest and then put somebody in jail, right? That's like a street nigga in a mode where you're supposed to be able to use the authorities, I guess, but you guys are crazy. I don't got to deal with those complex questions, all right? I'm glad I don't. I'm calling the fucking cops for breaking my car. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is not that, though. The way it's always explaining it, this is allegedly somebody that you fucked over, pun intended. Somebody that you fucked over, messing with his girl and going behind his back. So that nigga on some street shit, he kept it in the street, like payback for playing with me while I was in jail or disrespecting me or playing with my woman. I feel violated. I'm robbing you for your jewelry. And then if you go make a police report about that you shouldn't do as a street nigga. You shouldn't. You should handle that in the street because you're a street nigga. Okay? You're not calling up because you walked outside and your car window was broken. You're just trying to get an insurance claim. No. It's different for you street guys, at least the way I see it. All right. But we have a whole comment here that says he's not considered a street nigga. He's just considered a real one. So if that's the case, there you have it. All right. And those questions stay complex at times. It made me, when I saw that, it made me think about a different example that came up as well earlier this year, a couple months ago with G Herbo. Now y'all remember this one. This was G Herbo speaks about Selena Powell, that fucking IG model chick or whatever she is, the industry hoe. There's there are dime a dozen out there. Selena Powell happens to be one of the more popular ones. But G Herbo speaks about Selena Powell robbing him a year ago. So remember in this clip, what did they say they got away with? She stole all of our shit, Herbo said, claiming Powell took off with his passport. Damn, the fuck you gonna do with the passport? You can't sell somebody a passport. Took his passport, designer bags full of clothes, laptops, camera. I believe it said there was some jewelry as well. Things escalated when Herbo's crew allegedly confronted Powell to retrieve their stolen items. They threatened her and got the shit back, he explained. But the drama didn't stop there. Powell reportedly called the police on them, the ones that came for their shit with threats, only to end up getting handcuffed herself due to an outstanding warrant. She called the police on us, and she had a warrant and went to jail. The police let us get our stuff back, Herbo recalled. So Herbo and his people, whether he was the one that was there to confront Christina Powell or whatever, or whether he sent his peoples, they was keeping it in the street. They didn't call the cops to go get the jewelry. But some people might ask the question, hey, when they got you your shit back, did you make any statements? Did you say, yo, she robbed me? And then you street niggas would ask that question. You straight niggas would be like, hold on. You put a statement on Christina Powell that she robbed you of your jewelry. You're supposed to just keep it all the way in the street, even though she's the one that called the cops first. When by the time you was in there, you still gave a statement. That paperwork never came out. Them videos never came out. Nobody knows. I'm not even trying to go down that lane. I'm just trying to go off of the Oschino and the Neef shit and say how flip-sided this shit gets with you people trying to act like authorities or not, statements or not, cooperation at any level or not. So I don't know about the G Herbo thing right there though. When he got his shit back, I don't know, but it just makes you think. What is the boundary of I am now cooperating as a street nigga where I'm not supposed to be? What's the boundary? You know my answer, right, people? If you just keep it black and white, you guys could stop all the arguments. Period. All the gray shit creates the problems. All right, let's go to Jay-Z. Oh, it almost looks like StreamYard is fixing my shit a little bit. It's been buggy. It looks back to normal now. I still fought through it for y'all. Jay-Z's $5.4 billion Times Square casino proposal rejected. SL Green CEO reacts to 4-2 community vote or 4-2 community vote. What you did was despicable. What's he talking about? Let me play the audio first, and then if we don't get from that, then I'll come back to the caption. Let's see.
Go run it high. Because what you did, the benefits you denied this community and this city and state. Go run it high. Because what you did, the benefit.
Oh, the caption of what you did was despicable might be, this person might be representing Jay-Z, saying that you guys denying him is despicable. All right, let's see what else we can get from this. Hold on.
You denied this community. You know it. We met the standard and then some. And the only one with courage to stand up is the governor and the mayor appointees. And everybody else runs and hides. Go run and hide.
You know what this is looking like, people? Now that I'm watching this more and more, this is looking like one of them Scarface moments a little bit. You're all a bunch of fucking assholes. It sounds like he's sticking up for Jay-Z. He's represented Jay-Z, and people's walking out after the decision came down. Like, it ain't happening. And he's calling them punks and pussies for not allowing this shit to happen, which is going to benefit so many people. You're all a bunch of fucking assholes. Because you don't have the guts to build a casino. You're all a bunch of... Hey, you know the tat on the back of my neck. You need people like me, man. Somebody's gonna say it. Somebody's gonna reference it. Somebody's gonna think like that. Fuck it, we having fun. But damn, is that what's going on?
Because what you did, the benefits you denied this community.
This guy in the blonde hair, he couldn't even. He looked out for a second, took his head down a little bit. He's barking on you, bitch ass niggas. On the way out, they're trying to get out of there. Look at all you suits trying to get out of there. That did bad, allegedly.
In this city and state.
Look at her, look at her, look at her, look at her.
You have to live with that history forever.
Oh, man.
You know it?
And he had a good walk-off. Whoever that is, you're earning your money. Let's check the caption. Jay-Z's $5.4 billion casino for Times Square just got shut down. According to the Associated Press, a 6-person community advisory committee voted 4-2 against the massive casino. Damn, it only came down to 6 people? Against the massive casino proposal backed by SL Green Caesars and Rock Nation, officially killing the project. The vote took place just steps away from where the casino would have been built. What you did here today was despicable. All right, that was dude's words. Who is that? It says, who would benefit from the proposal? SL Green CEO Mark Holliday is the person that said that. SL Green CEO Mark Holliday. Let me pull him up. Let me see who that guy is. See how big of a deal he is. Wait, what is it? What is his name? SL Green CEO Mark Holliday. Who is SL Green CEO Mark Holliday? Who are you? You're not a Rock Nation person, right? You're not a portfolio, blah, 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 cunt roll. He is the chairman and CEO of SL Green Realty Corporation. Okay, so SL Green is realty related, probably having to do with obviously that whole casino being plotted down within that typical location to begin with. Okay. Since January 2019, he has also held the chairman role. Before that, he became CEO in 2004. So he's been a big dog for a while. Okay. Joined SL Green in 1998 as chief investment officer. He's been a big dog for a minute. You did chief investment officer since 98. You became CEO in 2004. And then you became what, chairman or some shit in 2019? Okay. SL Green Realty and Holiday Leadership. What is SL Green Realty? A real estate investment trust, REIT, that focuses on commercial office properties, primarily in Manhattan and New York City tri-state area. It is one of the largest landlords of office space in Midtown Manhattan. Yeah, he's a big dog. He's a big dog out there. All right. So that's why he gets the space to sit up there and scream on y'all like that. You know what that kind of makes me feel? That's why I was also interested, like, who is this nigga? Yeah, I mean, because If it's me and I slap Chris Rock at the awards, I'm going to jail night of. But if you're Will Smith, you get to go back to your seat and go to the award show after and come up later on and accept your trophy, right? So like, who is this guy that's able to balk on you motherfuckers like that in such a big meeting? That's the corporate side of my thinking, you know, but it's a big deal. But if it's shut down, it's shut down, man. It sucks to hear. It sounds like it was going to be a huge project. There's probably pros and cons. Do people feel like it would affect Broadway? Do people feel like it disrupts traffic? That's a big deal. The roads and traffic, that's a huge deal. How is does tourism change? Does it change the type of people that are coming around? It's a lot of, it's way deeper than people would think. Not just for a casino, but even the location, the surrounding businesses could vote against it. You just never know. You just never, like if I'm the Apollo, if I own the Apollo, do I want a casino popping up? Like you just never know. You never know. But Rock Nation, Jay-Z can't win them all. All right. Can't win them all. Okay, lightning news, lightning fast news. Let's jump to this one real quick. Brooklyn's own Casanova thanks God for pardoning him in quotes. So the IG story says, God, thank you for pardoning me. I hope that don't go over y'all heads. So people are assuming that he's putting a bar like he's being pardoned soon and he may come home. You never know. Shout out to him. If so, how many years did he get sentenced to? But we'll keep an eye on that. Maybe we'll get like what happened with Max B the other day, like a phone call or a video or further confirmation, not just like a bar or a double meaning cryptic IG story. But maybe not. 6ix9ine wouldn't like it, right? You see him going after Mel Matrix when Mel came home the other day or the other week. Here's last but not least, or do we have one more? Yeah, last but not least. I told you I had a top 50 for y'all today. So let's do it. Top 50 rank of TV shows of all time. Some of y'all are not gonna like this list. Number 1, Breaking Bad. Fuck no. Fuck no. And that's not saying that Breaking Bad isn't a great cult following, all-time great show. I don't have Breaking Bad in my top 10. I'm gonna get some backlash for saying that. I think I said something like last year on a video, and I had even people from Battle Rap that DM me and shit like, you said what about Breaking Bad? For some reason, it didn't catch me like that. I thought it was good. I watched the whole thing and I was entertained, but I just didn't see why it was in so many people's top 5s, top 3s of all time. I didn't get that from Breaking Bad. Game of Thrones number 2. Yes. Ice Cube and Friday type of yes. Yeah. Game of Thrones is the epitome of acting, storyline, drama, pace, cinematography, production, direction, develop everything. Game of Thrones is too good. If you haven't caught any of those videos where I said it before, y'all, I said when I was watching Game of Thrones, I got to a point like halfway through the whole thing where I was scared because you guys know how heavy of a wire guy I am. I was scared halfway through, like, this better not supplant my favorite shit. Because I don't ever want to watch something and be like, damn, I got to give up my top spot, which is The Wire. I got that type of wire bias. All right. I was literally watching the Game of Thrones like, they're going to do it. Friday again. Hope you don't do it. You ain't going to do it, right? You ain't going to get it. Hope you don't get it. Right? Yo. Chernobyl, number 3. Not number 3, but I like Chernobyl in any list. Sopranos, number 4. Sopranos is like Breaking Bad to me. Great show. I get it. Huge following. I get it. My top 5? No. But I don't fight against Sopranos because it is very good. And maybe it could be a personal thing about some of the seasons that made me feel like more distant towards how other people feel. Maybe I just didn't connect with certain characters enough. It could be very personal. I could be odd out, and I'll keep it real and say that. But Sopranos just isn't a top 5 for me. But I'm not mad. Band of Brothers, I never watched, and I have it sitting over there. The whole DVD set. I need to go put it on maybe because y'all got in the top 5. Okay. The Wire, number 6. Wire in outside of anybody's top 10 makes me walk off camera. Okay. So y'all got a number 6. I ain't gonna bitch. It's all good. Better Call Saul. So that's a spinoff of the guy from Breaking Bad, right? Was it Saul? Right? I didn't watch. No, I did watch it. Top 10, no. No. Stranger Things, I like in the top 10. There's only one bad season of Stranger Things that made me cut it off, and then I had a bunch of people telling me, you're tripping, you need to go back and pick it back up. I think it was either season 2 or season 3. And once you force yourself through it and you get back to it being of greatness, it's like, okay, cool. Bring me Vecna. Bring me more Vecna. And I'm waiting for it to start up again. I think it's coming back on this year. The final season where they left off with the whole world, the city cracking, hell being exposed, the third world or whatever, the underworld being exposed. It's up. Because Vecna is like a mix of it and Freddy Krueger, and I fuck with Stranger Things. I really do. Sherlock, didn't watch it. Peaky Blinders, that wraps out the top 10. So I'm not going to read through everything. We just have some quick call outs now. House is on hit 14. Friends, I never watched Friends. It just wasn't for me. I never watched The Office. I hear a lot about it. Never watched it. That came in at number 17. Narcos is number 22. I moved Narcos up. I love Narcos. Black Mirror, I hear a lot about. Never watched it. What else do I see on here? Seinfeld. I never fucked with Seinfeld. They got that carrot top racist ass guy on there too. I fuck him, but I never really got into Seinfeld. Not really my cup of tea. The Last of Us. I had high up and I dropped it down after the last season, but I do like Last of Us on a top 50. Lost, I gotta watch. Hear a lot about that. Deadwood, didn't check it out. Hear a lot about that. What else is rounding out the end? The Shield. I started it because I've always over the years had people saying, yo, ARP, you're such a Wire guy. Go watch The Shield. You're gonna be happy. I think I got through like season 1. It's definitely nowhere near The Wire. And I got to force myself to push more ahead. It's cool. It's cool. And I just don't know what I've seen, what I missed so far, or what I got to go catch. So I'm not going to overdo it. I like it on the list, though, and I hear a lot about it. I got to see. The Haunting of Hill House. Yes. Number 48. Yes. Be on the list, period. Now, check it out. I'm going to bring up my own list. It's like my top 10 or something like that. I put this on my Instagram. How long? It's changed a little bit. This was 29 weeks ago I posted this, okay? Number 1, The Wire. 1000%. Argue with your mother. Not your mother, your mother. MUVA. Argue with your mother. Nah, I love y'all. I don't want to have a conversation past that. Game of Thrones, number 2. I don't want to have a conversation past that neither. I'm too big on those two shows. If they're out of people's top 10s, we have a different interest in TV. Period. Game of Thrones and The Wire. If they're out of your top 10, we have a different set of eyes and ears. We probably don't like the same music. There's a lot of shit that we probably different on. So, all right, past that. Martin. Now, you got the Seinfelds up there. So to me, that's like sitcom type of TV episoding type of shit then, right? So why is Martin not on the list? But I got Martin number 3. Now, some of that is a little personal for me to be real, because he played a big part in like our childhood come up. It was like one of the first shows that we really was overly invested in. If you came to the lunch table the next day and you didn't see yesterday's episode, you was off. The Martins, the When Animals Attack or whatever. Even Jerry Springer, when Jerry Springer was real and people were really getting punched in the face. You know, we was watching all that shit, but Martin was the pinnacle. You had to keep up with that show, man. Stranger Things, I got is number 1, 2, 3. I got Stranger Things at number 4. That may or may not change for me. I don't know, but it's going to remain in my top 5, definitely. Ozark will definitely stay in my top 5 until something comes and pushes it out. Ozark is incredible. If Stranger Things don't close out the right way, Ozark's going to bump ahead of it on my personal list. Narcos, I like it still staying here. Chappelle Show is all my shit. Chappelle Show maybe could move. I don't know. I still like keeping, because remember, I'm changing a little bit in real time with y'all. Chappelle Show stays where it's at for the moment. Haunting of Hill House, I loved it. Absolutely fucking loved it. The Last of Us is probably moved out of my top 10 because the season 2 that we just watched is such a big drop off from season 1. You know, it's just like, y'all fucked this up. It's not bad. Don't get me wrong if you haven't seen it yet. It's not bad. It's just imagine just getting fed, you know, steak and lobster for a whole season. And then you come back and you like, yo, you ready for me to come back in the kitchen? I'm about to start cooking for you again. I'm like, yes, let's eat. And it's nothing but McDonald's. You know, now McDonald's tastes good. Sometimes give me a quarter pound. I can't eat that shit anymore. I haven't eaten McDonald's in years. But technically a quarter pounder with cheese tastes good. Even if it's going to sit in your stomach for 5 years. But that's what the fucking season 2 did for me. It's just like, yo, you dropped me. Like, and Chernobyl, I think is, and it's a true story. It's true events. I'm so off that I never heard about Chernobyl until I watched the series. So none of my classes, my social studies or history classes brought that up to me. I never heard about that. Somebody put me onto it, said, go check that out. I checked it out and I said, yeah, that's incredible. And it's such a wild story to see that this is what you people had to live through. And that place to this day is probably still abandoned, right? Yeah, go watch Chernobyl. Watch all of these. If you got to skip one thing on this list, skip The Last of Us season 2. Actually, if you're going to put on, I'll take it back. If you're going to watch The Last of Us season 2, it's like the second episode, I think. Watch like episode 1 and 2, and then after that, because the episode 2 is like the finale. I don't know why they did that. Like one of the main characters dies. There's like these big fight. It's like when you watch episode 2, you almost tell yourself, where do you go after this? How do you maintain the pace after this? You know, it is bugged out. But anyway, all right, let's get off my personal top 10, even though it's moved a little bit since I posted that. Supers and chats. Let me jump over there. Yeah, we predicted about 2 hours, right? Yeah, we pretty much nailed it. You defended him. He did blackface as Karl Malone. Who is that? Who is that? This came in at 6:11. The first topic was Charlie Kirk, Donald Trump, and Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy Kimmel did blackface? He did? Hold on. Jimmy Kimmel blackface? Social it said, oh, it says 2020. June 2020. Let me see this. Late night talk show host Jimmy Kimmel apologizes for the use of blackface. Oh, thank you for hipping me, chat. I didn't know this. Thank you for the information, chat. That's why we're here. That's why we together. Late night ABC host Jimmy Kimmel issued an apology on Tuesday for his previous use of blackface impressions in comedic sketches. There is nothing more important to me than your respect, and I apologize to those of you who were genuinely hurt or offended by the makeup I wore or the words I spoke. Oh, man. So maybe I got to bring up the words that he said. Maybe I'll do it a different time. But the host had previously used blackface, a practice with deep racist roots. Well, we don't go after what's the name enough neither. Like the biggest talk show host out there, the biggest platform out there, Joe Rogan. For a lot of the is it nigga shit and like I saw compilations of him. I was just like, you know. Now Jimmy Kimmel, like Joe Rogan, I was I wasn't as let down when I saw that shit, to be honest. It was just like, I was just like, put him on that type of radar, and it is what it is, you know? Jimmy Kimmel is a letdown. Like, if I go watch this blackface kid, I mean, blackface period is just like, whoa, cold orange at bare minimum. But I'll do my own due diligence to make sure I have the full context, see everything, see the words that he said. And I'm glad we see an apology here, whether it was forced on him or not. But I would be more surprised at a Jimmy Kimmel violating than a Joe Rogan. It's just what I see in both of them. So, all right, thank you for the info. You know, Double O Kane, appreciate you. G says 7 a.m. Jim Flow, salute ARP in the chat. Stay active and productive. Yes, we at Thursday. We're marching down this week. Thank you, Double O. I appreciate you peeking in. They saying our podcast is a diamond in the rough. That's what they saying. They say, ARP, if Revolt finds you 2 years from now, are you going to leave us? I'm always going to try to figure out how I could bring as much of the core of what we are wherever we go. If one day we wake up and we realize we got to go to Twitch, I'm going to try to migrate us all to however we do it, you know? But I'm not banking on that. You know, I love this little humble corner that we got, and we're naturally growing the same way I did with RBE, brick by brick. You know, year one, certain people say, oh, that's a threat. And certain people say, oh, that's a big deal. And then you prove you're a big deal by year 2, year 3. And then by the time you're at year 4, year 5, it's like, oh, yeah, this is one of the top players in the field. And by the time you get to year 10 or year 9, you got a lot of people arguing that's the top person, or that's the top platform. We're never going to be the top platform, I don't think. In the urban media space, I don't think. There's too many people that's been putting in a lot of work and are excellent at what they do. And I'm not trying to pass anybody. You know, I fuck with my peers. I don't feel any of that the way I did in battle rap. Battle rap is such a niche market. The me's of the world, if I come around, the way that I work and the way that I'm creative and the way I tend to be good at the things I choose to do, people will take issue with that in a battle rap space. Like, wait a minute, like this could hurt me, so I got a problem with that. It's not the case on YouTube, man, or even if we move to Twitch, or there's too many people doing their fucking thing, and you don't feel affected by other players in the space in the content world like that. You know, like nobody will feel 5 years from now if we blow up to be 10 times the size that we are. They won't feel like we're taking money from them, because if you're good with your content, you know, it's not a only one person can do it type of space. Like in battle rap, only one platform could book Hitman versus Mook. It can't be booked again after that. Whereas like in a content space or a reactor space or a news space, you could come here and get the type of take that I give you for like, let's say the Jimmy Kimmel thing when I had my little mini rant, right? And it'll be such a unique take. You won't get it anywhere else. But me, because I'm also a fan of content, I might often jump over to academics and hear his take, which I know is completely different than mine, just to be entertained by it, you know, or maybe learn something new. So, and the same goes with other podcasts. I might go to Joe Budden podcast and see what they said about topics that we might, hey, what do they feel about Young Thug? My takes are my takes, you know. I was on Easy to Block Captain stream last night, and I was even shouting out, Ahmad, you tried it. You know, like I had a take on Official and Coffee. Easy has a totally different take. That's just how it is on a news, reactor, or content space. It's like nobody feels, well, most people don't feel like, you know, what I eat make you shit, or, you know, it's not like that, like in battle rap, you know. So I like that energy and vibe better than I did in battle rap as well, because that allows me to actually remain more supportive of my peers the same way I came into battle rap. You know, like I'm not your competition unless you make me your competition. You know, I'm actually supportive of you. And then y'all be like, yo, where's these pictures of you standing on all these stages? I supported all these motherfuckers. And then later on, you find it's like it's like I had an issue for a moment. Most of us did, like with academics, not personally, as far as like we know each other, but when he had that thing come out with the kid and how they was trolling the kid in the Discord or whatever, it was like, you know. But aside from seeing people's personalities that I may or may not align with, content wise, I'm everywhere. You know, if you're good, you're good. Period. And that's where somebody is secure. It's be insecure people that want to start all this shit or drama or hate or try to get you up out of there or try to stop your movement because they feel threatened. I don't feel threatened by anybody in any space that I've ever stepped into, because I just feel like if I have enough time to get my work ethic into place, I'm going to do a decent job at it and people's going to appreciate it. And that could be 100 people or it could be 100,000 people, but it's going to be appreciated, you know? And I'm pretty sure all y'all in this chat got lanes that y'all are in where you just know you're good at what you do. Some of y'all are at work right now listening to me, and you're there at work because you're good at what you do. All right? So good super. Two supers that made me go off. off track for a second. God the Brand, shout out to our member, says, did you see the romantic homicide video? No, what's that? What's that? What is that? Romantic homicide. What is that? What is it? A show? Is it a music video? What is it? Oh, it's related to David. Uh-oh. More detectives enter the chat. Shout out to God the Brand. He's put me onto something that might, if there's some motives or signs in here, I'm gonna watch this as soon as we get off the stream. Y'all can't play music. All right, good looking God the Brand. Don Bean, our member, says, shout out ARP and the gang. As always, been off for a week and busy with the squad. I'm always up here listening. No, much love to everybody. Likewise, G. You know, I appreciate you. We got City Will here, says, I finally caught it live. I brought you up earlier. Appreciate you joining in. We always here for the playbacks all day, all week, all month, all year long. But yeah, if you want to catch us live, we are here 6 a.m. Monday through Friday. And on the weekends, we here in the morning. But I don't have a set time. Okay. Sometimes earlier in the morning, sometimes later in the morning. But Monday through Friday, set for sure, 6 a.m. Okay. So salute, G. Don being back again said, I'm seeing a lot of more people interacting in the chat. I like it. Shout out to y'all. Brick shit. Yeah, we moving, man. I'm building an environment and an energy, or continuing to cultivate interaction. Remember, if y'all, there was a time where I went private for the full episodes and I was just releasing clips. I was working kinks out with Quarter Lab, but I just love the interaction or the interactive live ability because I'm a free-flowing person when I talk. So I can insert the chat and then boom, create a whole different topic for y'all. That's just how I am. So I love being here amongst all the different personalities, feedback, the agreements, the disagreements. As long as we keep it respectful, we good money. What else we got from God the Brand? He gifted 5 memberships for y'all. I hope y'all caught them. Thank you, God the Brand. Shoot him a thank you. He shot out 5 of them things for y'all. Green Team is continuing to grow day by day, week by week. I haven't even looked at the numbers on a YouTube channel in at least 2 months. I don't even care about what the exact number is, to be honest. I don't know what it is. I don't know if the Green Team at this point, if there's 1,000 of y'all, I don't know. I really don't know, but it's dope. And oh yeah, there's a members only chat that started. Hit up either Capo from the chat or you tried it 215 from the chat. Both of them, you could identify them in the chat because they're both mods. Okay. Go ahead and join the members only Sorry It's True chat. God knows what's going on in there. I'll probably be joining that ASAP as well. But I don't know what y'all in there doing, man. Tearing shit up as always. Don V says, you not seeing Oz is like me not seeing Game of Thrones or The Wire. I do gotta wear that. I never watched Oz. I have it too. Never watched it. And I don't even have an excuse why. I don't. y'all tweet me if Oz is better than at least 2 or 3 of the joints that's on my list on my Instagram. Tweet me. Don't DM me. I got too many DMs right now. Tweet me, please, and tell me how good Oz is. And if I read enough points and it'll motivate me to say, all right, let me stop playing and bring that into my TV memory bank. I might be tripping on that one. I ain't gonna lie. Butter and Pumpkin are member. Oh, you became a new member. Okay. You might have caught the memberships from earlier. The same from for Uncle Sam G. You might have caught one of those memberships that the God put out. The God is becoming an OG over here. He's been a member for 4 months. So yeah, green team. Y'all know what it is. All right. 20 minutes, man. 20 minutes past the 2-hour mark. Definitely past what we may have thought. Oh, Queen is here. I don't get to see her enough. Where's Queen at? Where Queen at? Where Queen at? Where Queen at? There she go. There she go. What's up, Queen? Queen is in the building. Our beautiful mod. Once again, shout out to you. You tried it. Our beautiful mod. I see Hallie in here. Quick shout outs. Our OG member, man. McChilson's in the building. D Bizzle, our mod and members here. I may have to expand. Our mods. Now that we especially doing more politics, I may have to expand. You know. And so I may add another 2 to 3 mods before the month is out. I might do that. Who else is it here? Hi, I'm Wavy. Our members in here. Of course, Snipe is here. Our beautiful mod and member Jay is here. Of course. I'm just scrolling up briefly. Ease is here. KX, of course, is here. I'm just scrolling up briefly. I don't want to do too much because we're already 2 hours plus in. I gotta get the fuck out of here too. Sino is here. Shout out to the green team, man. I'm gonna leave it like this on the way out. Okay, are you not entertained? Please subscribe, join the green team, hit that like button on the way out, bare minimum. That's the easiest thing you could do for y'all boy and for the whole growing brand of the Sorry It's True podcast over here. But we will be back 6 a.m. in the morning. I'll see y'all tomorrow. All right, y'all. Have a good one.
Don't confuse silence with work ethic. I'm a boss making decisions, my first fetish. The verse cherished is perfect, that's a reverse blemish. I dropped it, connected the block, learn Tetris.
This is the Sorry It's True podcast. Welcome to the house of. And shout out to the members.
I think still got a gun.